Breaking news. DSS using Simon Ekpa to destroy us. This one is coming from the IPOB spokesperson and media personality where you name be Emma Powerful. And they talk this one, and so they take right and here, and that's why they bring on this news. Can't give everyone where cares to listen about this current allegation coming from the IPOB personalities. I don't know what I want to call themselves, because I don't know how many people where they run this media and publicity secretary where be Emma Powerful. Whether only him or I be the day too. Me, I cannot explain. It depends on people or anyway. Well, there's no big deal. Well, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, happy Sunday once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I am back here again with another Obonga news. Where go make your mind shake small, because they don't talk this thing since. Say na IPOB, na him train Ekpa. Say na IPOB, na they use Ekpa, they destroy the southeast. And sometimes when you look at all these things, it seems like it is true. It seems like it is not true, because how can Nigerian government be crying that Simon Ekpa is destroying the what do they call it, the economy of the southeast? See, they have not made any single move or whatsoever to repatriate him from Finland. So it seems like it only time where we say we go come out ake from Ofe before ya wa aka mmadu. Abeg, come out ake from Ofe before it becomes a human hand. Write them at the comment section. I don't know the full interpreting. So it only the time where we say we're supposed to question ourselves on the activities of Ekpa. Nigerian government and the Finland government, they have what they call bilateral agreement. Where they don't sign either on a business deal or whatever. So if what Ekpa is doing is really disturbing the peace of the Nigerian government, I think they could have a call for Finland government to question Ekpa, or to call him to order, since they have that bilateral agreement. But such a thing have not happened. That makes us to begin to ask, does it mean that what all these insinuations is true about Simon Ekpa? Does it mean that all this is true about what he is using his autopilot platform to siphon and also destroy the struggle which have been there before he was even born? This one is called for a deep reflection. So we need to ask ourselves questions. Please, no insult. If you truly know that this guy is working for the people of Biafra, fine and good, drop it at the comment section. If you know that he's working for another section, drop it at the comment section. And if you truly believe that he is working for the DSS and Nigerian government is using him to destabilize or destroy the southeast, then drop it at the comment section. No abuse, please. Let us be guided with our utterances. You understand me? Yeah, I'm watching Simon Ekpa on daily basis. I'm watching him. I'm watching everything about him, and I'm his follower at the Twitter. I never for one day raise my hand to write anything bad about him, or to even insult him the way he keep on insulting others, calling people names. But you people on Batamania, you see me as a nobody. That is why when I say something here, all of you will gather to my comment section and begin to comment whatever you like. In real life, if you see me face to face, if you stand me, I swear to God who made me and you go wrong. You go wrong living everything where they do, whether physically or spiritually. Please let us be guided. Let us be guided. I'm not here to side anybody, and I am not here to criticize anybody. What I'm doing is the work I have been sent to do, not by anybody. But I was sent by the God Almighty to do this job. Yes, nah. No, everybody they call, even the people where they go thief now, they call God Almighty. So what do you want make I call? I be make I call Amadioha. Anyway, okay, now nobody can send me so that Kudochia, since now what on I want here, I've been Ogu. Well, my wonderful people, please let us go straight to the reason why we are here this Monday morning. Remember to subscribe, remember to like, remember to comment, and of them all, remember to share this message. Even let Simon Ekpa get to know about this, so that they don't accuse him, say, nah, DSS, nah, they send them. I beg, we need your clearance on this very matter. Make you drop it at the comment section. Ekpa, if you are watching me, or if you are not watching me, anybody that is watching Ekpa, I beg you, make them carry this matter, go give them. Tell them, say, see what they happen, and make we see what his reaction will be. Defense headquarters direct service chiefs to compile war items. Nigeria Defense Headquarters make an emphasis on direct chiefs. Service chiefs say make them compile war items where they want to go to war. Nigeria have not fought the war that is behind their backyard finish. Now they want to go to confront another country. Hey, now what we do ourselves with this? Now so that is the end of Nigeria. Any small thing now, the first thing that will happen in Nigeria now, they will blow off all the whole pipelines were there for Nigeria. The international community is watching them, and that is exactly what they want to do. This proxy war that Nigeria want to start simply because Niger Republic have a coup. The coup that they do in Nigeria on the 25th of February, and I have never been forgotten. The coup INEC did to do over 250 million Nigerians on the 1st of March by 4 a.m. have not been forgotten. And now we want to go to fight illegitimacy with illegitimacy. It is never done that way. This is a bloodless coup, and it's going to end with a bloodless. So if you people are preparing war items, you want to, maybe in a mosquito and I want to go to fight. Common insurgents that they our backyard, I'll never finish them. I want to go to fight war. Make on a think twice, so let us proceed. Another one here, according to Fanika Yode, that hungry man, he said, and I quote, he said, the wife of Niger coup leader is a Nigerian from Kebbi State. Fanika Yode, the wife of the main coup leader, when Tichani Abrahamane, say the man, his wife, saying come from Nigeria and from the northern part of the country, which is Kebbi State. And as I'm talking to you now, Islamic delegations have arrived in Niamey, Niger, to visit the coup leaders. For you to know that, my dear Kita, now we understand that half of Nigerians, okay, let's say all the whole north, if you share north into two, half Niger, other ones, now Fulani from either from Cameroon, from Mali, from Cotonou, from Côte d'Ivoire, from what do they call this country? Chad, and the rest of them. The few Hausas in our midst where we say we know that now them and we who own this country, they are nowhere to be found again. All of them have nearly killed finished. Let me tell you people the simple truth. What is happening in Southern Kaduna and what is happening in what they call it in Plateau State, mostly the area being dominated by Christians. All those Christians are the main Nigerians. That is what Fulani people are trying to eliminate all, so that it will be between Fulani, Yorubas, and Igbos. Go and verify this, and I'm telling you. What is happening in Plateau, in Taraba, in Southern Kaduna, all these places I'm calling you that have massive killings. Now the area where the main Nigerians will be Hausa, the main Nigerians will be Hausa and the Christians dominate. That is where the Muslim jihadists of Fulani are trying to wipe out, so that it will remain only Fulanis. And those Fulanis are typically Muslims by birth, and Muslims until they grew up. Then it will be between Fulani, where they call Hausa before. Hausa people conscious say they be Hausa Fulani. Now they don't wipe out the whole main Hausa. The only Fulani will come from Niger, Mali, Cotonou, Chad, and Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, and the rest of them. Now them occupy those areas now. Still yet, Nigerian government have not been doing anything about it, simply because not them. Because during the time of Buhari, people were shouting, people were dying. When they check at their record, they find out that people that are dying are Christians. They will not do anything about it, because the Islamization agenda which they brought to this country, and they want to perfect it through this what do they call it, Opolo, where they for city now. I don't want to call names. They will surely kill their own self. Definitely it will never be Biafra, because Biafra can never be Nigeria, and Biafra can never join our land, can never be captured by them. So Fanika then don't come out, come tell all the real story. Say the person where do this coup, say even he have lineage in Nigeria, and still yet you want to go and fight your own brother. Abado, take note. It is a worrisome trend. Analysts laments the current appointment of ex-governors as ministers in Buhari's ministerial cabinet. How Nigerian senators allegedly shared 218 million naira as holiday allowance have been exposed. The truth is really coming out small. I thought they say they win a Labour Party. Hey, Labour Party, wait a day. They go speak out. They go do like that. They go do like that. Look at the Federal Capital Territory minister under Labour Party. Irritating King Ibe, I be when they call her. When she appeared before Arise Television, they asked her. Even they compare her that Labour Party's way of life is to speak out anywhere they find themselves, anywhere they see that there's illegitimacy taking place. And she was a kind of they say the tokens and they say prayers have not received anything in my. Hey, politics is really a dirty game, and I wish that this thing will never be true. I wish it is a lie that 218 million naira are being shared after sharing 70 billion naira. Hey, the truth must surely be out. We are waiting. The worst of us now lead the best of us, according to Charlie Boy. Islamic delegations arrive in Niger for negotiation with military juntas. Is this no longer haram, according to Aisha Buhari? No, Aisha Yusuf. He reacts so as Kano residents hit the street in protest. I thought they say before na haram, like it's a taboo for them to protest. Obasanjo plunged Nigeria into darkness after spending billions of dollars. No, after sharing billions of dollars, because they convert that billions of dollars and do what? And put it inside their own personal purse, according to Sheikh Usani. Anyway, let us go straight to the reason why we are here. No time to tell time. Please, tighten your seatbelt. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has accused the Department of State Service, DSS, of using Biafra activist Simon Ekpa to destroy the group. IPOB, in a statement by its spokesperson, Imam Powerful, asked media organizations not to describe Ekpa as member of the pro-Biafra group. Powerful expressed displeasure over what it described as deliberate linking and association of Ekpa's activities by media houses and social media platforms to IPOB. He clarified that Ekpa is never a registered member of the pro-Biafra group, just as his activities are not in tandem with that of IPOB. He noted that the Nigerian secret police are using Ekpa to destroy IPOB by linking his violent and other unlawful activities with the IPOB, when Ekpa has even told the world that IPOB is not part of the group he leads. The statement read, "It has become a very imperative that we appeal to media houses, social media outfits, and platforms to be appropriately guided in reflecting the reality in their publications concerning linking Simon Ekpa's violent and other unlawful activities to IPOB, when he is not our member and he has told the world that the group he leads are autopilot and Biafran government in exile. We have observed with dismay the deliberate moves of some media houses and social media platforms to attribute the violent and other activities of Simon Ekpa to the noble family of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. For clarity and emphasis, Simon Ekpa is not anywhere registered with any unit of IPOB. Neither is he connected to Eastern Security Network. We want the public to henceforth desist from further linking and associating Ekpa with IPOB and its activities. He is not our member and we have nothing to do with him. His activities are not and will never be in tandem with this IPOB. We are mindful of the concocted efforts of DSS and similar agencies to infiltrate, undermine, and divide IPOB with the sole motive of weakening the organization from within. But using Ekpa, who is not our member and can never be one of us, is of such failed move by the DSS to do what? To destroy the group. Those referring to Ekpa as a factional leader of IPOB are neither misguided, ill-informed, or playing the script of DSS, who are his main sponsors with the main agenda to destabilize the southeast with the use of criminals. Ekpa is unknown to ESN. The fact that he has been using the ESN name to deceive gullible people through his endless fundraising schemes does not in any way link him to ESN formed by IPOB. Ekpa said he leads an unconspicuous group called Autopilot and the Biafra government in exile. He can be seen in most of his social media videos alluding to that very fact, and certainly not a member or leader of IPOB. It is therefore worrisome that some media houses have persisted in attributing Simon Ekpa to membership of IPOB irrespective of the obvious. We appeal to ladies and gentlemen of the media to please refrain from associating Ekpa as a member of IPOB because he is not one of us. The group added. This one is the group of what do they call it? IPOB, and its leaders that is speaking for the masses. So now then carry this one, come give us. Say, may we do what? May we know that associate Ekpa with anything that got to do with the BIAFRANS or IPOB, because Ekpa have his own faction, which is Autopilot, while the one they are heading is IPOB. So these two groups are not the same according to what the news says. We are proceeding, or we are progressing. Defense headquarters don't direct their service chiefs, so they made them compile, made them arrange their war items. They are going to war. I laugh in Zabaramanchi. The defense headquarters are reportedly commenced preparations for a possible mobilization of troops and equipment for a possible confrontation with coup leaders in the Niger Republic. This is coming amidst directives by the Economic Communities of West African States, ECOWAS, for troops to be on standby. The decision was taken at an extraordinary summit of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of States and government hosted by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All happens in Abuja. The summit was attended by top diplomats from United Nations, African Union, and the regional bloc. My question is, what United Nations is doing on the meeting of ECOWAS when they are meeting concerning the issue between Russia and Ukraine? How many Africans went to that meeting? I don't understand though. I don't understand. It's like these people have already completed the arrangement of taking over Africans as their own heritage. After calling us monkeys, after calling us different names, still yet you are using our resources that come from our land to develop your own country. You don't regard us as human beings, you regard us as gorillas. See yet, you cannot leave us alone. Enough is enough. Recall that the junta on the 26th of July had forced the elected President Muhammad Bazoum out of office. According to Punch, the Nigerian Military High Command had directed the service chiefs to compile and submit war requirements such as the number of personnel, equipment, logistics, and financial costs to the Chief of Defense Staff. The platform noted that it is the preliminary stage in the planning process of amazing human and material resources required for the planned military intervention in Niger. A leaked memo indicated that about 2 battalions will be required to prosecute the war against the junta in the Niger Republic. A battalion is a military unit typically consisting of 300 to 1,000 soldiers commanded by a lieutenant colonel and subdivided into a number of companies, usually each commanded by a major or a captain. A military source who spoke with Punch said the total number of troops should be at least 10 times more than that of the enemy. Apart from Nigeria, Senegal, Benin, and Ivory Coast, other ECOWAS member states are expected to commit troops to the standby force. However, giving an update on the ECOWAS resolution on Friday, reliable military source said, or that spoke with the Punch, said the Nigerian military authorities have started activating the necessary levers to give full expression to the resolution of the West African leaders. A source noted that the defense headquarters would coordinate the deployment of troops and equipment for the operation. The source said no deployment has been made for now, but the build-up is ongoing. Services are to forward requirements such as the required number of men, equipment, as well as funds that will be needed to mobilize troops to Niger. The defense headquarters will coordinate the deployment of troops for the operation in Niger. When asked about the total number of troops that will be deployed, another source stated military deployment are shrouded in secrecy, but it depends on how many men will be contributed by all members of ECOWAS. The total force should be at least 10 times more than that of the enemy. However, the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Toku Gusau, assured Nigerians that the participation of the country in the military operation in Niger will not affect the ongoing war against insecurity in the country. His reaction followed concerns by security experts that military involvement in Niger might impact the ongoing operation against criminal elements across the country. Asked if the ongoing operation against members of the indigenous people of Biafra and the Eastern Security Network, Boko Haram terrorists and bandits will not suffer setbacks with the planned deployment of troops to Niger, Gusau said, "I want to assure you that it will not in any way." The headquarters spokesman declined to speak on the preparations for the planned military intervention in Niger Republic. Make gonna do what? Make gonna plan well. And I don't count IPOB. Join ISWAP and Boko Haram. Wife of Niger coup leader is a Nigerian from Kebbi State, according to Fani Kayode. A former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani Kayode, has warned against the call for the Economic Community of West African State ECOWAS to go to war with the coup leaders in Niger. Fani Kayode, in a post in his Twitter account on Saturday, noted that Nigeria and Niger over the years has a relationship to protect. He urged ECOWAS to intervene in the Niger Republic without using Nigerian troops if it eventually decides to invade the country. The former minister, while acknowledging the relationship between Nigeria and Niger, claimed that the wife of the head of the military junta in Niger, General Abdurrahmane Tichani, is a Nigerian. According to the All Poverty Congress chieftain, Tichani's wife is from Kebbi State. He added that the emir of Edosi in Niger owes allegiance and pays homage to the emir of Arugungu in Nigeria. Fani Kayode, in a post on Twitter, wrote, "The wife of General Abdurrahmane Tichani, the head of the military junta in Niger, is actually a Nigerian from Kangiwa in Kebbi State, while his emir, the emir of Doso in Niger, owes allegiance and pays homage to the emir of Arugungu in Nigeria. That is how connected our two countries are. The truth is that there is hardly any family in the core north that does not have relatives from and in Niger," according to Femi Fani Kayode. It is worrisome trend. Analysts laments procurement or the current appointment of ex-governors as ministers in the cabinet of Agbado. Now, what will they see for Nigeria? A strategist and policy analyst, Baba Yusuf, has lamented the current appointments of former governors as ministers into successive governments since the return of democracy in 1999. That is what they keep doing, recycling old fools that have nothing to offer, other than go to the what they call it, the hall of the Senate House and fall asleep. According to Yusuf, including a significant number of former governors in President Tinubu's cabinet, is a thing of concern, particularly when one looks at the poor track records of some of them. He said, "As far as I am concerned, from the outcome of the ministerial list, it is highly likely that this administration may yet again be overshadowed by the combination of governors, former and serving ministers. All are still there. It has become their birthright. Nobody is going home again. His concerns stem from the fact that successive governments since the return of democracy to Nigeria have permanently appointed former governors as cabinet members, a trend Yusuf describes as worrisome. Nigerian news gathered that from the tenure of former President Olusegun Obasanjo to that of Muhammadu Buhari, as successive governments have appointed no fewer than 24 ex-governors to serve in their administrations as ministers. And recently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointed 9 former governors to be part of his cabinet. Following the return to democracy in 1999, former President Olusegun Obasanjo appointed 2 ex-governors, Rabiu Kwankwaso and Cornelius Adebayo, to his cabinet. Obasanjo's successor, Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, had 3 ex-governors in his cabinet, namely Achike Udenwa, Sam Egu, and Adamu Aliero. Similarly, President Buhari's government had 10 ministers who were ex-governors. They were Chris Ngige, Kayode Fayemi, Babatunde Raji Fasola, Rotimi Amechi, Niyi Adebayo, Ralph Aligwesola, Godswill Akpabio, Temifre Seva, Obennayono, and George Akume, all is ex-governors. Tinubu presented 9 former governors out of the 48 nominees he submitted to the National Assembly for screening as ministers. The 9 governors who have passed the Senate ministerial screening are David Umahi, Nyesom Wike, Muhammadu Baduru, Nasiri Ahmed El-Rufai. His confirmation is on hold. Adeboyaga Oyetala, Atiku Bagudu, Bello Matawale, Ibrahim Giadem, and Simon Bako Lalong. Speaking further, Yusuf told Daily Trust that the likely implications of this is that I fear for the scenario of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari to manifest yet again, whereby powerful power blocks within the kitchen cabinet of the former president will influence policy decisions and directions, which was negatively impacting on the socio-economic well-being of Nigeria as a country. From all indications, the power blocks were more for their parochial interest than the interests of Nigeria and Nigerians. Indeed, the outcome of the list is also a manifestation of how powerful governors are fast becoming in the polity of Nigeria. The question is, how positively impactful will former governors who have added less than zero value to the socio-economic development of their respective states be to impact positively during the administration of Tinubu, who hold the reins of power in the most critical times at the history of Nigeria since the Civil War of 1964. The concerns of the people like me are now somebody can give what he does not have. Although some of these governors stand out in terms of performance and how they impacted on the people of their states, but it is also goes without saying that a lot of them did not leave anything much to be desired during their tenures as governors. I worry for Nigeria. If this is the way we are going to go, Mr. President must take proactive steps to put everybody in the Federal Executive Council on their toes to ensure delivery of good governance, and those that will not deliver should be shown a way out if at all possible, according to the news, or according to this analyst. How Nigerian senators allegedly shared 218 million naira as holiday allowance. Indications have emerged that Nigerian senators reportedly shared 218 million naira as a holiday allowance. Nigerians understand that each of the 109 senators were paid 2 million naira before the Red Chamber went on a 7 weeks recess. Recall that the Senate President Godswill Akpabio had on Tuesday during plenary when he mistakenly revealed that tokens had been sent to senators to enjoy their holidays. A video clip showing Akpabio making the blunder had gone viral on social media. The incident reportedly happened on Monday after the senators concluded the screening and confirmation of President Tinubu's ministerial nominees. In order to enable all of us to enjoy our holidays, a token has been sent to our various accounts by the clerk of the National Assembly, Akpabio said. He later withdrew his early comment saying, I withdrew that statement in order to allow you to enjoy your holiday. The Senate President has sent prayers to your mailboxes to assist you to go on a safe journey and return. Prayer warriors. A source who pleaded anonymity told Premium Times that bank alerts were received by the senators on 8 August, just before Akpabio's announcement. The source, however, did not clarify if presiding officers also got 2 million naira each, but confirmed that all 109 senators were paid the allowance for the holidays, which commenced on Monday and will end on 26 September. Attesting to this fact, Nigeria News report that reported earlier that a lawmaker representing Bauchi Central Senatorial District, Abdul Nengi, revealed how much lawmakers got as a racist token. According to Nengi, some lawmakers have gotten 2 million as holidays allowance. However, he claimed not to have received his own. Maybe your own is on the way. Senator Nengi, speaking on the development days after Akpabio's statement, confirmed that some lawmakers have gotten allowance as early hinted. Speaking with Channels TV, he said, nothing has come to my account yet. I heard that some people got 2 million naira, but for me, nothing yet. Hopefully, I will get when they tidy up things. Some of these things, if they happen, you don't broadcast it the way Akpabio did. I think it is a huge embarrassment to the Senate President as a person and to the institution of the National Assembly. The Senate President should have gone further to say what the allowance is for. How did he come about how did he come about the allowances? Who gave the allowances? It is part of the remuneration. Is it part of the remuneration according to Nengi? I don't know what 2 million naira will do for a holiday. To you, I find it difficult to understand what this money is for. This platform, however, gathered that the 2 million naira allowance given to the senators is illegal as no such provision is made in the remuneration package approved by Revenue, Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, a body authorized by law to prepare salaries and allowances for public servants. According to the commission, what lawmakers are entitled to as racist allowance is 10% of the annual basic salary of each legislator, which is paid once a year. The commission states that in the package prepared by RMAFC, a senator earns 2,026,400 and therefore gets 202,204 as a racist allowance per annum. The basic salary of the Senate President per annum is 2,483,242 and therefore receives 248,424 as racist allowance, while that of his deputy 2,000,000 something 166 and his racist allowance as 230,916. Then they ask, what is it 2 million all about? But this man called Nengi said, what is 2 million naira to him as a holiday gift? Yet, poor people are out there dying of hunger on daily basis. You people don't care. It is not your fault. The worst of us now lead the best of us. Charlie Boy laments. The veteran Nollywood entertainer Charles Oputa, popularly known as Charlie Boy, or you can call him Area Father, has stated that the reason the nation has poor leadership is because of the best talent in the country are migrating. Going to what? Going to look for greener pastures. Nigeria report that Nigeria is currently faced with a brain drain crisis due to the mass migration of young professionals to Europe and North America in search of greener pastures. Sharing a video of young visa applicants thronging the UK visa application center. In Ikeja, Lagos, Charlie Boy lamented over the massive migration which has drained Nigerians of his best talents. He captioned the video, UK visa application center, Ikeja, Lagos yesterday. The best of our young workforce is leaving this refuge camp. How we have allowed the worst of us to lead the best of us. Oh, church. Anyway, my people, we are still proceeding. Islamic delegation arrived in Niger for negotiation with the military juntas. Respected Islamic scholar and leader of the Jama'atu Izalatu Bida wa Ekamatusu Suna, Nigeria's prominent Salafi movement, spearheaded a delegation of Nigerian Islamic scholars to Niger Republic for a meeting. Their mission is to mediate and restore the tranquility in the troubled West African nation. Following a meeting with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the crowded delegation received the president's consent to engage and liaise with their Nigerian counterparts. A source familiar with the situation who spoke with the Punch disclosed that the group was scheduled to land in Niger on Saturday, which they did. Upon their arrival, the images indicated that the Nigerian military officers welcomed the delegation on Saturday afternoon. Further steps the delegation intends to take remain undisclosed. The clerics opposing a potential war with Niger's military, as hinted by ECOWAS, emphasized the religious mandate backed by the Quran, urging mediation before considering armed conflict. After discussing with President Tinubu, Sheikh Leu of Ezala Group, alongside Sheikh Abrahaman Ahmed of Ansar, Uddin, and other sect leaders expressed their intentions to journalists. Is this no longer haram? Aisha Yusuf reacts as Kano residents hit the street in protest. Popular Nigerian activist Aisha Yusuf has reacted to the protest by the residents in Kano State over the proposed use of force by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to restore democracy in the Niger Republic. Nigerians recall that ECOWAS on Thursday had directed military forces of member states to be on a standby for the restoration of democratic rule in the neighboring West African nation. However, some residents of the Kano State who seemed unhappy with the developments took to the streets to express their displeasure. They chanted, Nigerians are our brothers. Nigerians are also our family. Niger is ours. We don't want war. War against Niger is injustice, a plot by the Western forces. Taking to Twitter to react the protest, Yusuf wondered if staging a protest is no longer a haram. A haram means taboo. Haram is an Arabic word meaning forbidden. Yusuf wrote, protest is no longer in the haram list, according to Aisha Yusufi. Obasanjo plunged Nigeria into darkness after spending billions of dollars, according to Shehu Sani. A former Kaduna Central lawmaker, Shehu Sani, has lamented over the electricity situation in Nigeria. Sani recounted how the administration of a former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, pumped billions of dollars into the power sector, yet the nation was still left in darkness. He claimed that most of the funds were pocketed by bureaucrats, and the country was left with uncompleted projects. Speaking via Twitter, Sani wrote, it is still too early to forget how the Obasanjo administration pumped in billions of dollars in the name of power, left the nation in darkness with uncompleted projects, and a chunk of the money was pocketed by bureaucrats and contractors. Successive governments continue with that fraud. There was never any success story in Nigeria's power sector since 1999. About $25 billion was spent in 23 years for nothing. Our power generation capacity is still 4,753 megawatts, and South Africa is 58,095 megawatts. Chey! Now, wow. Sani last don't react on a threat where Attorney Dokubo they give to Niger Republic. Meanwhile, Sani has reacted to the comment made by a former militant leader, Attorney Dokubo, claiming that he can defeat the junta in Niger. Nigerians recall that Dokubo had boasted of having the manpower to defeat the coup plotters in the embattled country. Dokubo said he and his boys could overrun the Niger Republic if commissioned by the federal government. In a viral video, Dokubo said he and his boys could restore democracy in the Niger Republic. He has said, if the government commissions me and my people to go to Niger Republic, we will go. We will defeat them and we will come back victorious. It is not a boast, according to him. If Benin Republic likes, let them go and bring anybody. They are human beings like us. We will go there, defeat them, and restore democratic order. Speaking via his Twitter handle, Sani described the Niger Republic situation like a mosquito sitting on the country's Sukrutum. He insisted that Dokubo's threat was laughable. According to him, Niger's situation is like a mosquito sitting on our Sukrutum. We can't remove it with force or violence. The threat by Asari Dokubo to attack Niger is comical, according to Shehu Sani. Well, my wonderful people, they are saying here we take back break because Toko without back break, they make me not talkative, and that is why we need to do what we need to reconsider, re-strategize, and come back in a full force. Because today is gonna be fire for fire, just like what I promised before early this morning or before my first broadcast. So make gonna continue. They watch, they listen, they share, continue sharing. All the very, very important, because without sharing, there's no anyhow people get to know what is happening either in Nigeria, in Niger, in Nigerian, in Nigerian, or in any part of the world. That is why all the very, very necessary and very, very important part. So anything where they do, remember that Okute Daily Talk is here for you to give you the best of the best and nothing but the best. I am that your media man with a difference. I am that your broadcaster where get better swag, where they give you things bomber to bomber. News that I'm bringing to you is from the right source. I never give you a propagandous news, and that is me. You can as well hold me responsible if I ever give you any news that is not correct. So have a nice day and have a nice Sunday. May the good Lord bless you all as you do this Sunday in peace and not in pieces. And you must surely get whatever you desire. New week we are going. My prayer is that you can never be a victim of any circumstances or of any kind. So have a nice day and the good Lord bless you all, the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Until you hear my voice again. Bye for now. Kemesiano.